Welcome back, everyone, for a Minisode of the Anime Cousins podcast.
Yeah.
Woohoo! So, I am your hostess with the mostest, Courtney, and with me, as always, is my co-host, my cousin Jason.
Hey.
How are you doing today, Jason?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great because I have the best sweatshirt on the planet. Honestly,
You wanna flex your sweatshirt?
just a little bit. Hold on.
Alright.
So you see the Nanami, his iconic colors and stuff, and then I got the. Can you see it?
Overtime. Yep. Overtime on the back. Yeah.
That shit goes hard, doesn't it?
That shit is clean. I'm not gonna lie. Yep.
Yeah. No, I have to shout out one of my friends. He told me about it. He also has one, and it's funny. I just told him because I put mine on for the first time today. I was like, I'm sorry, but I look better in this sweatshirt than you do. He wasn't happy when I told him that, though. Anyway, for this mini-sode, we are going to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. So, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 dropped the first week of July. And they...
Dang, is that long?
Yes.
Wow.
Right? And they have like a prequel kind of going on. So how season 1 ended, they're not falling into that at the moment. They're going on the backstory with Gojo and Seto. Is that how you say his name?
Ooh, Geto?
Why did I say? Oh, his first name
is
starts with an S. I'm like, why is that? Right, because it's Suguru.
Suguru Geto. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Gojo,
I mean,
Satoru, and I don't know. I don't know why I put an S there.
It just doesn't feel right to do Gojo and Geto. It just seems like it's wrong. Yeah.
I don't know how I messed that up. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, the backstory of Gojo and Geto. So what did you think of these episodes, the hidden inventory episodes?
I loved all 5 of these episodes. I thought they were great. It really showed their friendship and what happened to like lead to episodes. Well, the movie pretty much why the movie was so prevalent. So I thought every character was played very well, and of course Gojo stole the show. He stole the show like he always does.
Shout out to Gojo. Honestly, he's the GOAT. That's what the G in Gojo stands for, is GOAT.
Geto's got a G.
I'm just...
It just doesn't ever go. All right, that's fine. No, it's cool.
No, it doesn't. Because of how these episodes ended.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my gosh, that was tragic. I mean, obviously we know like from season 1 that he's not like a good person like in season 1, but we just didn't know why. Like so we can kind of get in this backstory. It's been anyway. We're jumping ahead.
Yeah.
So this these episodes kind of I was telling Jason before we started recording, all of this stuff kind of confused me. I didn't really know what was happening with these episodes, so I had to kind of look into it a little bit. But so Gojo and Geto kind of had this mission, right? Where they had to protect, what is her name? Riko?
I think so. I just call it the star vessel. Or the star platinum vessel.
Right. So
so
do you know do you know what a star plasma vessel is?
They're the next host for oh my god, what is he called? Basically the person who like makes it so the school is safe. God, what is his name? What is his name? Thank you. Yes.
Yes. See, on all of my research, I did figure out what his name was.
Awesome. Like
no, but kind of understanding like the purpose of the plasma vessel and all of that, like what I still don't really understand is why. So the Time Vessel Association, or like who was the ones that didn't want this to happen. They didn't want Tegan to merge with this vessel, and that's why they hired Toji to assassinate her. But I still like the
Don't know
why is
why.
still like they said that it was impure, right, for Tengen to do that. Like that was their
Right.
reasoning, but like still the why, like why? I still don't I don't get it.
I honestly, the only thing that I could think of is that they were lying to their congregation that it was impure, and what they really wanted was power. So, like, if they
Mhm.
don't do that, then oh my God, Master, what I'm gonna mess up his name again. I
Tengen?
just heard it. Tengen. Jesus, Master Tengen is going to like become like a curse, right? That was the
Mhm.
thing. Like,
Like
so
he
they wanted to
evolves.
see what would happen.
Mhm. Okay. It's
It
above
was
me now. I
risky.
don't
It
know.
was
It's
risky. It seemed dumb. They
yeah.
should just let stuff happen.
Hmm. Interesting. Well, so that's kind of what the first two ish, the first the 1.5 episodes are about. We're kind of
Hmm.
figuring out the situation, and we're experiencing Toji. What do you think about Toji?
I love Toji.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a great character. He reminds me a lot of Maki, because they both can't
Really?
use curse energy, but they still whoop ass.
Yeah, they're still badasses. Period.
Yeah, but of course he's the psychopath version of her.
Fair
And
enough.
he's a bad dad at the end of the day. He did leave
Yeah,
his son. Like, he could have taken
as
his son.
most anime
Who's gonna
dudes.
take your kid from you if you that strong? Nobody. No one's gonna be able to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
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 yeah.
that's a good point.
He's a
But no,
bad dad. He looks cool though. Looks cool as hell.
yeah, I've seen a lot of people picking him up as a person to cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
And I love seeing the Toji cosplays. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, he is a very attractive man.
um, but what I've enjoyed is a lot of people actually trying to make the worm, Toji's worm.
Oh, they're actually trying to make that? Oh my
Mhm.
God, TikTok, why?
Yeah, no, it's actually been kind of cool, like to see people's different approaches to
Interpretation.
trying to
Yeah.
make the worm.
Mm.
Um, but so Toji, this assassin, he has this worm that he uses to pull out cursed objects because, like you said, he can't use cursed energy, right?
Right.
The weird thing that because he was explaining this when I'm going to be bouncing around, and I apologize, but the weird thing when he fought Geto, he swallows his worm
Yeah,
and then he
so
just
it's not
spits it out.
identified. Yeah, that was weird to me. I was like,
I was
that's
like, ugh. Okay,
disgusting.
that's all right. That's cool. But I mean, you gotta do what
Mm.
you gotta do to be. He said the
Right, yeah.
invisible man, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was gross.
That
I
was very gross. It's
wasn't a
smart,
fan.
but gross. No.
It
Mm-mm. It was very smart. The boy is tactical. I'll give him that.
Yeah. No, I'll give that to him. And speaking of tactical, so um Toji ended up putting a bounty on Riko because
Mm.
he wanted to kind of find a way to weaken Gojo, right?
Right.
Because he had to, focus on her as using his eyes up and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't I don't because I struggle sometimes watching the sub to kind of fully get the picture,
Yeah.
especially with like a show like this where there's so many details and so many things going on. But yeah, that was the reason kind of why he put the bounty on her and
Yeah.
everything.
Weaken him. Yeah.
But it makes sense, and that's smart
Mm-hmm.
as fuck.
Why would I go in first if he's a monster? No, I'm gonna go in last and get the final hit in when he's weakened. No, it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
And he stomped the heck out of it.
I'll be honest, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
The way he ripped the sword through Gojo's chest was crazy.
Yeah, it really was. He cut that boy up.
Crazy. You got to insert a picture, like, and show the people, like, how crazy, or is
Yeah.
it this side? How
It's that
crazy,
side, yeah.
how crazy that was. Like, oh my gosh.
It was bad.
So what did you think of the first fight they had with Gojo and
I felt like that wasn't Gojo is how he is now.
yeah,
Like, he needed that to happen to become Gojo,
yeah,
which is unfortunate that he had to take such a beating and practically be dead to become who he is now. But it did make him stronger in the end.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
necessary evil, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I have to pause for a second to talk about because I've been thinking about this for weeks. Um,
Okay.
you last episode when we did the Animoji game and you did Gojo with the red and the blue and I didn't get it. I was
Yeah.
confused. Obviously, it all makes sense to me now
Yes.
because of how much they spotlighted his limitless and
Mm-hmm.
technique and all that kind of stuff. But I went back and watched half of the first season,
Mm-hmm.
and just in the first half of the first season, Gojo only used the blue thing once. So out of 14 episodes, we only saw
Yeah.
blue once. So
Okay.
like it didn't stand out in my mind. I know eventually he uses purple and sometime in the second half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's like once. So like out of 20, what is it? Like 24 episodes.
Yeah. I
It's
mean, Gojo
2
doesn't
times
fight
that it
often.
stands out, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to make myself feel a little better that I didn't like
You know what? I'll give it
recognize.
to you. I'll give you that. Yeah.
but not to say, but no, like it's funny because Garion, who was our third guest, I think,
Yeah.
commented, it was like I was screaming Gojo the whole time. So it's not like it's, trust me, it was just me. Like I just didn't get it.
It's okay.
But also at that point of that
Mhm.
episode,
I'm pretty sure he reads though, so he knows. So
Fair
you're in
enough.
the clear. I feel like you're in the clear.
fair enough. I did have to, let our listeners know I do like Gojo. I promise. I know. I
No,
understand.
she's a real stand for Gojo.
It's
She is.
just, however, anyway.
Can't know
But yeah.
everybody's abilities. Dang, I don't know all Kakashi's abilities, but he's my favorite from Naruto.
There you go. What was I gonna say? But yeah, so talking about Gojo, his first fight with Toji, we get to see his blue technique.
Right.
And that's just the what is the blue? Because red is reversal. So what is the blue one?
That one's like the expand one.
Okay. So we got to see him use the blue a little bit in his fight with Toji and him getting his ass beat. But it's it's always nice to see like a good, fight in our shonen animes and whatnot. But you never want them to end like the way they did. Like that was disrespectful.
Oof. Yeah, no, that was extremely disrespectful.
But I wanted to backtrack just for like a quick second. Because I know you really like beach episodes, Jason, and we got to have like a little bit of beach.
It was short. It was short. Thank God.
It was like 5 minutes, but
5 minutes. Thank you, Jesus. I hate a beach episode. I love a beach episode, but I hate a beach episode.
I do understand that
there's no point to it, but I mean, it's cool to see them hanging out at a beach, but you're wasting my time. I want to see what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, it was a bit jarring for them to like have to watch Riko and who was her caretaker's name? I already forgot.
The maid. Oh my God, what was her name?
It's hold on. Anyway, so
you know what we're talking about if you watched.
So yeah, they had that little bit of beach episode. They traveled on a plane to Okinawa or something. I forgot what area they went to. But they had that little bit of a beach. And after that, and it was really close to the bounty being up for her. Is when they went back to Jujutsu High and when Toji fought Gojo and Geto went off with her. They were going to a specific part on the campus. I can't remember where.
Right, they were heading to Master Tengu.
Tengen.
Tengen! Why do I want to say Tengu? Because Tengus are mythological and... Alright, moving past!
Yeah.
The person with the barrier that's protecting the school. Tengen. Not Tengu. Alright.
That's so funny. So yeah,
I'm never gonna get that.
You're gonna get it. I believe in you, Jason.
All
you
right.
have the next 20 minutes to get it.
You're right.
but no, so Geto was taking her over to him, right? And that's when Gojo had lost his fight, and now Toji is on their way to on his way to them, and just shoots her
Yeah,
in
he
the head.
blasted her, and Ghetto's face was just horrified.
Same.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that caught almost everybody off guard because he was like, "You don't have to do this. We can just leave right now. You can be your own
Yeah.
person." And she was like, "Okay, bam, just over, just done. The whole career ended.
Oh my gosh, that was tragic. And
It
me
was
being like
terrible."
an anime watcher, like that
Yeah.
literally just caught me like so off guard. I was not
Hmm.
expecting. I thought they were gonna win. I thought it was a win. I
Right.
thought they were gonna get it because you always root for the
Oh yeah.
heroes, right?
Hmm.
But nah,
Nope. She's just dead.
shot her in the head. That was crazy.
Yep.
That was insane. Um, but so obviously they didn't they failed the mission. They did not protect her. And then Toji ends up fighting Geto. So we actually didn't get to talk about Geto too much with his abilities that he has to what is it?
Control curses.
Manipulate curses?
Yeah, basically he can control curses and summon them at will, kind of like Megami.
Yeah, and he
Except
can
his is more in depth, I want to say.
cuz he like absorbs
Yeah,
curses, doesn't he?
yeah, he can take them. Yeah,
Yeah. That seems like I don't know.
busted,
I
broken as hell.
yeah. And it seems like dark too to
It does.
absorb like all of that negative energy,
Hmm. Yeah.
Um but him well, I'll get to that later. But yeah, so Geto and Toji end up fighting, and again, Toji with these like insane slashes.
Now,
He obviously ended up defeating
Geto, yeah. Mm.
Geto, and that's tough. Again, you're always rooting for uh
Your
the
people, yeah, the good
you're
guys,
rooting for your
like in these
people,
kind
right?
of shows, you want them to win.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate. But anyway, um, then miraculously,
Right, somehow.
somehow,
Yeah.
Gojo is alive.
Right. The whole thing where he was like in basically floating in heaven just freaked me out. Just, just acting like he's Jesus, the second coming, and just
Nah,
oh my god.
that's still like I don't know how I feel
Right.
about that.
I was like, this man is losing his shit.
No, literally. Yeah, he
Mm,
was high on life, I guess.
something.
I don't know.
Adrenaline, hopefully. He almost died.
Yeah, well, yeah. Um, but yeah, Gojo ended up using like I can't remember. He explained it.
So he got the ability to repel things away from him and pull things together, and he basically makes a black hole, and he can shoot them through to
Mhm.
people and just
Yeah.
consume everything around it.
Yeah. No, I was talking about how he was
Uh,
able to
survive.
survive the stabbing. Like he said that he like um
He did something to
used
his heart,
his
right?
yeah, like I can't remember, but the way that he explained it just seemed really complicated, but he was able to like prevent
Death.
death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
He was
used
able
his
to
abilities to prevent death. It was
um
explained, but it was very complicated.
see, I'm saying like they be using so many words, bro, like
Yeah.
but anyway, so yeah, Gojo comes back to life, and now he's fighting Toji, and he just mollywopped Toji. He
He
really did, like
destroyed him.
cuz he uses red reversal for the
Mm-hmm.
first time
Yep.
fighting Toji this second time.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's able to figure out how to use blue and red together to make the hollow purple, and that's when he
Yeah.
just puts a hole in
A
Toji.
giant hole in Toji. Half his arm was gone. Half his body was gone. His
Yeah,
whole upper half.
it was like from here to like just
Yeah.
this gone.
Mm-hmm.
That was tragic. That was tragic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sorry. Like, I just like, oh, Toji's gone.
It
But
was still
like,
a brutal death, though. To die
no,
that way is still messed up.
that is, yeah. And Gojo even asked him like any last words. Like
Yeah.
that was wild.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that is when we find out that Toji has a son,
Yeah.
and we find out that it's Fushi Girl.
Yeah, it's Megami.
And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And because he said Megami at some point, and I was like, oh,
Who's
that's a
that?
common
Right.
name in the show. No, it's actually Fushi Girl. I was like,
Yeah.
oh. So
Mm-hmm.
like that was very interesting to see. So the last episode, episode 5, it's a year later. Oh, I didn't even mention that us watching Gojo and Geto, this was their second year at Jujutsu High.
Yeah.
So the last episode, episode 5, is them in their third year.
Mm.
So at this point, Gojo is kind of like way above Geto in terms of like power and everything. Do you
Mm-hmm.
think there's like a jealousy that there, or is it just like, damn, you just left me behind? I'm just not there same, power wise.
I feel that this season describes these characters exactly how their relationships is for the whole thing. So like Gojo is head in the clouds. I can do anything. I'm God.
Mhm.
I can do what I want, and no one can
Mhm.
stop me. But I choose to do good because I look on the
Mhm.
brighter side. While Geto, who is a person who absorbs curses, can see
Mhm.
the evil, feel the evil. So he knows this is the problem. I can just remove that problem,
Mhm.
and then everything will be fine. So
Yeah.
yeah. Friendship gone wrong.
It's
Yeah.
it's
I
it's
don't
kind
think
of
I think he's jealous because if he had that power, he would change things the way he thinks needs to be changed.
mhm.
But I
Yeah.
don't think he's jealous of who Gojo is. He's not jealous of his goofy ass nature. No, because
He's
that's his friend.
just
Like he's
jealous
like
of
you're
his
just dumb
power.
as hell. Yeah, he's jealous that he
Yeah.
doesn't have the ability to truly change things.
Yeah. No, that
Yeah.
makes total sense. That makes total sense. In this episode we kind of see Geto talking to somebody who puts this idea in his head of murdering non-sorcerers because why? Like there was what was the reason?
So
If they're all
first,
dead then
people who are like fluent in using curse techniques can't produce curses themselves.
mhm.
Like they can't send them out to the world. They
Mhm.
have to use it in themselves. While
Mhm.
regular people, they send that energy out. They make curses, causing them to have to fight and die for people who don't even know that they're dying for them. So
Got
he's
it.
like, oh, okay. So if I just kill all the
Kill all of
humans
them.
and kill all the regular
Then
people, we
we
gonna
can
be
just
Gucci,
chill.
right? No one has to die anymore.
Which, that logic is sound.
Logic is sound, but it's still messed up.
However, comma.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of these anime characters making so much sense logically but choosing genocide. Like I
Yeah.
just don't understand. I was just talking to my friend about Attack on Titan and
Yeah.
Eren Yeager and all that stuff, and it's like he has a very valid point.
He
I
does.
get it.
Yes.
However, murdering all those people is not the
That's
answer.
still
Like I don't.
genocide, yeah.
So kind of I was kind of sad to see. Obviously, like you said, you kind of know what the outcome was going to be out of all of this, but
Mhm.
kind of seeing it and how it happened was just kind of disappointing. I mean, Geto ended up killing his parents and was like they're not safe. Like
I mean, there was reason for that. Did you see what they were doing to those girls?
who?
So the reason why he came back home, right? And there were
Mhm.
2 girls that had sorcerer abilities locked in a cage, and the whole village was blaming them for people who had died recently. It wasn't their
That part of
fault
it.
though. It
Yeah.
wasn't their fault though. So
Mhm.
already with this thought that these people are normal, they're causing all these problems.
Right.
I might as well just get started now.
I get it.
And he saves those girls. He saves them. They're the last episode. They're in
Mm-hmm.
there. So,
I understand.
right, but still genocide. Yes.
However,
Yeah.
no, I think I missed that part of the episode, but yeah, I like I said, like I get his reasoning,
Yeah.
but I will never support murder. Like I just
No,
I
I got
can't.
you. No, that yes, I
Um,
got you. Yes,
but
that is bad.
what was probably like the most sad thing was when Gojo kind of found out who was the one that murdered all those people.
Hmm.
Um, and like kind of his reaction and going to talk to him and everything was it's just kind of sad to see, like now they're just gonna start, drifting apart and everything. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I honestly like overall that backstory and sorry, before I say that, so episode 5 ends with like Gojo waking up and then you see the three kids,
Yeah.
Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara there.
Nobara. Yeah.
And so yeah, so obviously whenever the next episode comes out, it's going to be a continuation from season 1. So I am excited about that. But yeah, I love this background, and I probably should go back and watch the prequel movie now that I've seen this. So I
You're gonna
should
watch. You're
probably
gonna see it differently. You're gonna see it completely
I'm
differently.
gonna watch the movie, and then I might rewatch these episodes
Hmm.
actually first, now that I think all the dubs are out.
They should
Well,
be.
I think almost all the dubs are out. I don't think episode 5 dub is out. But I might rewatch it dubbed so I can pick
Hmm.
up on everything else that I missed.
There is a lot.
And then watch episode 0 and then continue to finish rewatching season 1.
I'm just gonna tell
Um
you beforehand. I did the same thing with a friend of mine who doesn't read it.
mhm.
And they realized something that they didn't in 0, and now they are confused. So just so you know, you
Oh
might be confused.
no. Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. Well, thank
Okay.
you for telling me that.
Yeah, just a heads up. It's okay
Damn.
to be
Okay.
confused.
God damn it. All right. Okay. um but yeah, so we got to talk about so it's August 18th at this point. So at this point there was only the first 5 episodes of JJK season 2. Um let us know, in the comments what you thought of the season so far, this little prequel set of episodes. And again, you guys definitely have to let us know if you want us to talk about any other current anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, so overall, like, what would you think about these episodes, Jason? I feel like I asked you already, but I'm gonna ask you again.
I feel like backstory is super important
Mm-hmm.
to an anime, and I would rate this one probably on par with the first season so far.
Yeah,
In my personal opinion. Yeah.
yeah, no, I'd have to agree. Like going back and watching a couple episodes of JJK, I'm like, this is a phenomenal fucking anime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it is. And I was talking to someone recently about shonen that aren't as action heavy, like that actually focus on a lot of backstory. And I told him, I was like, you should actually check out Jujutsu Kaisen. Like it actually does a good job of like explaining a lot of these things, and it's not fighting every single episode, which
Right.
I feel like it's a nice balance with this show.
It is, yeah, because that's unrealistic to just be fighting every day.
They do that in Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, that's because that's all Goku wants to do.
Yeah.
If Goku wasn't there, they would just be chilling. I'm telling you,
You're
they
right.
would just be chilling.
You're right. You're absolutely correct. But yeah. Yeah, no, I love this anime. It's so great. Hence, my JJK merch that I love, I love Nanami. Oh, speaking of Nanami, there was actually an anime rave in Detroit that I told you about.
Yeah.
And I wore my Nanami cosplay.
Nice.
And you know what's so funny though, Jason? So when I was outside the club,
Mm.
when we first got there, some guy, because they had people recording, obviously, and stuff.
Right.
And the guy was like, "Are you cosplaying someone from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?"
Oh my god.
And I was like,
No.
And I was trying to think. Obviously, I don't know that much about JoJo yet. Like, I watched a couple episodes for Courtney's Corner. Um, but I'm like, I don't even know who you would think that I am. Like,
There's only one person who could possibly be, and no, not even close.
okay, so
Yeah,
yeah, I don't
no.
know. But then, so then obviously I'm doubting my cosplay. I'm like, oh my god, like now people are gonna think I'm some random ass person. And then I went in the club and started being around more people. They're like, oh my god, are you Nanami? I love you. You know, it's like
Yeah.
okay. So it was just that guy that was
It's just
down, but
that
that's
one
fine.
guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, it was funny, you know, because someone came up to me and asked, like, are you Kento? And I was like, I had to pause for a second. I was like, yeah, that is his first name.
Yeah. Like,
I never refer to him.
no one ever does.
So she caught me off guard with that. But it's funny because I call myself, when I'm in my Nanami cosplay, I call myself Korto Nanami.
Korto Nanu. No, I'm dead. That's hilarious.
So, but yeah, anyway, so Jujutsu Kaisen, that was our little breakdown. And now we're gonna get to Courtney's Corner.
Yay.
So, a little interesting thing, this Courtney's Corner.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell them why you should be ashamed. Why you ruined the wheel. Why is it so skinny now? Tell them. Why the wheel look like it's skipping meals and needs a sandwich.
Ooh, you are funny, Jason. So what had happened was, okay, so our last episode was our episode 7, our summer anime 2023 breakdown. I spun on the wheel, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in Steins Gate. So when I spin the wheel, I'll usually remove the anime from the wheel. So afterwards, so I can keep spinning and all, you know. So yeah. I removed, I can't remember if it was JoJo or Steins Gate from the wheel, but I removed one of them from the wheel, and then the wheel ended up landing on Kotaro Lives Alone. And Jason made a comment about it in the video, and for some reason, a few days later, when I was like, you know what, let me watch my stuff for Courtney's Corner, I was like, okay, so it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and what was the second one? And I was thinking, and I was like, wait, it was on Kotaro Lives Alone. That was the second one. So I actually accidentally watched JoJo and then Kotaro Lives Alone. And then when the episode was posted and I looked and I was like, shit. I was supposed to watch Steins Gate. So I actually will be reviewing 3 animes.
Yep, that's right.
Which is, I'm sorry, but I will say it's all very positive things that I have to say. That's
surprising.
This is probably like the best spin, like hands down. Yeah, right. It's gotta be. I don't even know where to start. I think I'll start with Kotaro Lives Alone, just because that was the one I wasn't supposed to watch, but I watched it. First off, it's so fucking cute.
It's adorable.
It's incredibly adorable. But I was talking to one of my friends about it, and it's actually like a little depressing.
It's extremely depressing.
You know, kind of finding out a little bit more about his backstory. So I ended up only getting to like 4 episodes, I think.
Oh, you got long.
I know. But just like, for example, like how he was reacting when he didn't bathe for one day, like just some of his what is the word I'm looking for?
Quirks? Habits?
Not quirks. No. Trauma responses.
Trauma responses. Yeah, that's a better
some
word
of his
for
trauma
it.
responses basically is just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And you're 4.
Yeah.
Living in an apartment by yourself, like that is crazy. But I don't hate any of the characters. So
great.
Okay, hold on.
Which one?
No, that
is
one
it
guy.
Older dude?
The one guy with the the really obnoxious guy that lives on the bottom floor
Oh
that
yeah,
wears all
yeah,
the colors and things.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
annoying. I don't hate him, but he's annoying.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
So far, I've only met 3 of the neighbors.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
it's the 2 upstairs I've
Mm-hmm.
met, and one of them downstairs who's
Yeah.
I've met so far. I think the last thing I watched, the 3 of them went to Kotaro's school ceremony or
Yep.
something.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the last thing I watched. Um, so it's actually like the cute part of the show is these literal strangers supporting this child. Like I think that is like really really cute. But
Yes.
him being in this situation, it is very fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And finding out that he's getting these life insurance checks and stuff, or it's just
It's sad.
it's really sad, but it's
Yeah.
really cute. It's like
Yeah.
it's a cute little adventure that they go through every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I really like. I honestly I prob oof.
Mm-hmm.
I prob oh, okay. I'm trying. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out. It's between an 8 and a 9 for me, but I'm just trying to figure out
Okay.
what number because
All right.
um because I'm trying to figure out what my 8s are and what my 9s are. That's why I'm like pausing. So I'm like, but is it an 8.5 or is it like
Closer to a 9-ish.
I feel
I
like
mean,
I'll
you
give
can.
it. I'll
Yeah. I'd say 8.5 now, and then when you finish it, come back and tell us.
yeah
Come
no
back and tell us what you really thought.
I think that's fair. I saw
Yeah.
yeah I'll give Kotaro Lives Alone a 8.5 for now. Like, but it is really cute, and I was addicted. I was watching it. I wasn't trying to scroll on my phone or anything. I was invested.
Mm.
I'll go to Steins Gate next because that's
Okay.
the one
I
that
actually want to hear about this one. This one is I don't know
okay.
how you're gonna feel about it.
So what do you think, Jason? Do you think I'm gonna like this one or not?
I feel like we're similar, and I like time stuff, so I feel like you might like time stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
fair.
so I feel like you're probably gonna give this. If I had to guess what you would give
Okay.
this, probably like a 7.
That's valid. That's valid. That's valid.
So go ahead. Tell me about your experience.
First of all, I love Steins Gate.
Oh dang! All right.
Actually, it's so funny because after every episode I watch, because I think I didn't finish episode 4. I think I watched part of it, but not all of it. After every episode, I was like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
something happened, and I was like, wait.
Yeah.
So, like,
that's okay.
every episode, I was just, like, invested because you were finding out a new piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and the, like, finding out that it's actual time travel and how it's working with their microwave and the bananas and everything. It's just... It's such a crazy show.
It is. It's extremely crazy.
I like it a lot. So the main character, the guy that he has like 2 different names. Like, I don't know. Hyoma or something like that. His name? I don't know. He is different. Like, so when there's animes that I don't like, usually I don't like the main character.
Yeah.
But I like him. Like, he's quirky, he's different. The characters around him, like the one guy.
Oh, his techie dude. Yeah.
Yeah, as a
Love him.
pervert, which
he's
is
funny
cool.
though. He's funny.
But it's not an uncomfortable pervert.
Right,
It's just but he's a pervert nonetheless.
No, he's a pervert. Yeah, no.
He's like, say that again, slower. Say that again with like he's but yeah, no, I was really into the show. Like, I saw that it was only 1 season and 24 episodes. I'm gonna knock it out. I don't know when, because I didn't end up watching Steins Gate till today. Because I was doing a lot of other stuff the past week, so I just didn't get a chance to watch it. But yeah, no, I like Steins Gate a lot. I'd honestly give it like a 9.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Steins Gate fans are happy about that one. Jesus.
Yeah, no, I really like Steins Gate. I would, I'll probably
continue that one.
I'll probably finish that one
Okay.
soon. And I saw that it was from like 2011. I'm like, God, that's
Man, it's old.
12 years old.
Man, it's old.
But no, I like Steins Gate. Now.
All right. This is where we're going to piss people off. We're going to make some friends. Here it is, the moment of truth. It's time. Do you want this show to be a success or not?
I'm screaming.
No,
I'm
joking. Go ahead.
screaming.
Be real.
I'm screaming. No, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It is a bizarre adventure. I'll tell you that. No. I think. So I only ended up watching 3 episodes of JoJo. I had the full intentions of watching more. It just didn't happen. I love JoJo. Like, it's actually it's well, first off, so I'm watching JoJo Part 1, and
you're watching Part 1?
Yeah,
Hey!
with Jonathan.
Really?
Joestar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So I think that's Part 1. So,
okay.
Yeah, you did tell me to watch Part 2 because you thought
I thought the dog thing might throw you off, but all right.
The dog thing. Oh, his dog. The tragic thing that happened to his dog.
Yeah. So I wanted you to skip past that one and get to like something where it's not so brutal the first couple episodes.
That was fucked up. Dio. Okay. First of all, the first episode was a little slow, a little bit. But it did start to get really interesting, you know, kind of finding out more about the mask.
Yeah.
And then finding out what the mask does. And kind of seeing this rivalry between Dio and Jonathan and first of all, Dio, didn't he do something to he did do something to his girlfriend. Like, he was just a
stole
dick.
his girlfriend's first kiss, bro. She wanted to give to Jonathan. Yeah.
And it's like, bro, his dad brought you into his home. He was doing all of this stuff, and you just being a dick. Yeah. And like, his dad didn't even. And then his dad.
His dad didn't listen to him at all.
Oh my gosh. And then to find out Dio was like poisoning him the whole time, like, it's just like, what the fuck. But yeah, no, like, I was very invested. I want to see what's like about to happen, obviously. So they attempted to kill Dio, but he used the mask, and now he's this, because it turns you into like a vampire type like thing, right?
Yeah.
So now he's this vampire, and then Jonathan's like, didn't love the house is on fire, and then he tries to kill him, and then we find out later that obviously Dio's still alive. Yeah. But then you start to learn about shit. What is it called?
Hamon.
What you said. You start to learn. It sounded like you're saying ham in Spanish. That's what.
It sounds like ham in Spanish. Hamon.
Okay, hamon. Okay. I lost my train of thought. But so yeah, I think that's where I ended off, and around episode 3 is that he starts to, I can't remember who he was talking to in that little river or whatever. Some guy that was explaining that to him. So I think Jonathan's about to learn how to use that, and then Dio is going to regain his powers, and then they're going to come back. So from what I've understood about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is that every part is this rivalry between the Joe Star and Dio, something like that, right? Like a
yes.
Okay.
Yes, you're correct.
Okay, so yeah, no, I like JoJo a lot. I'd have to give that one a 9 as well. Like, it's
all 9. Jesus.
Well,
it's 8.5 and 2 9.
And 2 9s.
It's gonna be a 9 by the end of it, I swear.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, I was invested. So it's funny because I was talking to someone about me starting JoJo, and they're like, "What do you think about Jonathan?" I was like, "I feel nothing about him." Like, I don't hate him.
but I
but
don't
like I
have
don't love him.
right. Yeah,
Like
he's
he's
just
just
the
there for
guy,
me.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And
not
she
very
was
interesting. Gotcha.
yeah, she was saying that Jonathan is like the least interesting out of all of
Oh
the
yeah,
stars.
definitely. He is the most bland.
Okay. Good, because he's
That's
not
why I wanted
giving.
you to start with the second one so you see the potential and then go back to the first one because most people are like, it's kind of boring. And then they
That's
dropped it.
fair.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna do, Jason, genuinely, if I wasn't
Mm,
interested after watching those first 3 episodes, I was
yeah.
gonna go watch part
Okay,
two,
cool.
those
All right,
first
just
three
making
episodes.
sure. All right.
But I was like, no, I'm invested in this. It's interesting, and I see the potential there. So
Yeah,
like I'm very excited to go watch those. But that's 5 seasons, and that's not something I can knock out very easily. But I
true.
do want to watch that. So yeah, this was great uh
Courtney's corner.
Courtney's corner.
Right.
Um no, this is a great spin. This the past week was a great spin and an accidental
Right, extra
episode.
one.
Yeah.
And
But no, they're all great, and they're and what I loved was they were all very different. So you
oh
had
yeah,
like
they're extremely different.
the sci-fi one, then you have like this adventure type. I don't even know how to explain what JoJo is.
There's
Um,
no explaining it. It's
I
just JoJo.
action craziness,
It's just
and
JoJo.
then Kotaro Lives Alone is like a slice
Slice
of
of
life.
like right, a sad slice of life.
So very different, but I liked all of them, and that's what I really like about anime is like you really can get like so many different types of stories, and you just
Mhm.
got to give it a chance, kind of figure out what you like. Um, but yeah, I'm into all of that. I'm honestly just so glad that I didn't get an isekai because you know how I feel about those, Jason.
Yeah, and I feel like it's been like what 4 episodes since the last. Like you've gotten one every every single episode
It
since
was
then, right?
literally 4 episodes in a row that I
Yeah.
got an isekai.
Mhm. That's funny.
That was not funny.
That's funny for me.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
All right.
I'm hoping that we can carry this momentum. I
Yep.
honestly, you know what would be great if I could
Mhm.
get Fire Force
Oh yeah.
and Ranking of Kings.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, the Will's malnourished, so I mean, those are still on there, so you got a higher chance.
Malnourished is crazy.
Just
Oh
saying,
my
our Will
gosh.
doesn't have much on it anymore. We need
It's
more
I
stuff.
mean, it did have a lot. I feel like the wheel had like 70 things on it and it just has half of that now. Like
Yep.
genuinely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's see what I'm about to get. I'm very
All right.
curious. All right, so we have the wheel pulled up. I'm gonna spin the wheel twice to see what 2 anime I'm gonna watch and talk about. Those 2 anime in the next episode. All right,
Summed up.
I'm very excited to get not an isekai.
I don't know. I think we still have some on here.
Ah!
Oh, yo! Let's go! Tokyo Revengers. Well, actually,
What?
kind of like it needs a guy.
Are you serious?
I mean, he goes back in his own timeline. Does that count?
I don't know yet.
All right.
Oh my
I
god.
feel like this is more time travel-y than Isekai.
Okay. I don't know what Tokyo Revengers is about, but I know it was one of those newer ones around like Fire Force and all of those that I wanted to watch and I never did because I was trying really hard to not watch anything so we could have content.
You want me to sum it up real quick for you?
Yeah, give me a quick
All right, so it's
rundown.
about this kid. He's like in his 30s, or close to his 30s, and he finds out this girl he had a crush on back in the day died. And he's like, what? How'd this happen? Blah 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 blah. He looks into it, and it used to be like this old like gang that he used to know. So him and I'm not gonna name the source because that part is important. But him and somebody basically find a way for him to go back in time and try to adjust it so she doesn't die.
Oh, okay. That sounds
so yeah, like erased but with gangsters.
interesting.
Yeah.
Now, so I do see that revenge is in the title. Is it a revenge story? Because you know how I feel about those. It doesn't sound like it is.
Slightly. Slightly.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited. I mean, I've seen a lot of people cosplaying characters from Tokyo Revengers and stuff.
No, it's very well done. You'll like it. Yeah, you'll like it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Excuse me. And I promise I'm gonna like write these down so I make sure I don't fuck this up. I'm gonna actually get the right one. Okay.
All right.
All right. So what else am I watching?
Number 2. Dun, 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 dun. Oh!
I can't tell. Ah!
Let's go! This one's an isekai. You had 1 week off, back to work. Get to the isekai reviews.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
You gonna be alright?
It's not fair.
It's not. It's not fair. But I mean, the market is flooded with isekais, so I mean, like, you're gonna end up watching a bunch of them.
I just wanted to watch Ranking of Kings.
Soon. You're cutting down the numbers by 2.
That's not enough. What is Jobless Reincarnation about, Jason?
Okay, so it's about this guy. He's like, why is everybody in like their 30s?
At least they're not children.
All right, this guy. Oh, but all right. So there's this guy in his 30s. He's been bullied his whole life. He's become like what is it called? A shut-in, like a NEET, pretty much. And so he lives in his house. He's afraid of everything. One day he basically goes out there, like he sees an opportunity to save somebody. He does, typical isekai stuff. So he gets isekai'd into this world where like magic and stuff exists, but he's not the average magician. He has like all these powers and whatnot. Like he's naturally gifted. But he like you see him grow up. He doesn't go from like, oh, he's a baby to, oh, he's going to high school. No, he goes from he's a baby. The next episode, he's 2. So you watch him grow up and learn magic. Like, you actually get to see this man's life.
That's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm intrigued. Yeah. I'm disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, it's an isekai.
It's an isekai. Right. This is the
isekai that I said that if you loved any isekai, if there was one for you, it would be this
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I like excuse me.
You like slime.
Slime. I do like slime a lot.
You do.
But
this one's on par with slime in my personal opinion.
Okay, so I trust your judgment.
Now, it is still an isekai, so you still have those moments where it's like, you really didn't have to do that.
Okay. All right. Okay. That was our minisode. That was it.
Yeah. That was it.
I love the minisodes. They're so short.
Sweet, to the point.
I think the original point of our anime was for it to be like this short.
Honestly, yeah, it was. These episodes weren't supposed to be this long, but it is what it is.
But I mean, I like what we do. I think it's fun and it is unique. But having these minisodes, these shorter ones, just to kind of focus on specific anime it's always nice too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all we have for you. Like I said earlier, if there are any other animes you want us to do breakdowns of, please let us know. Yeah, I think our next episode 8, will be with a podcast guest? ?
Possibly. We gonna see.
I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to kind of get.
People are busy.
I guess. Exactly. People are busy and whatnot. So it might be another episode, just us, and then maybe that following episode will be with a guest. We'll see. But we will have another guest soon. So if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, make sure you check out the video version of our podcast as well over on YouTube. We have 410 subscribers.
What?
What? No, that's awesome. Wait.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. We have a little less than 5,000 on TikTok. I think we have like 49 something.
Yeah.
60 something like that. So we're getting close to 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
I checked recently. We are almost at 1,000 downloads all time for our podcast.
Really?
Yeah, almost.
Oh.
We're at like 950
Oh.
something. So when we hit 1,000, we gotta celebrate. We gotta do something.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll do something special.
Yeah, so we're hoping to continue to like increase our engagement and whatnot, and hoping that we can continue to have more guests and more guests, share our podcast with other people. Our episode that we did with our last guest actually hit over 100 views on YouTube.
Let's go.
So I think he did actually do a pretty good job of like advertising
He
on
did.
his part. So shout out to Martin.
Yeah, really though.
But yeah, I think that's all we got. I think that's all I wanted to bring up. Yeah, make sure you follow us at Anime Cousins Pod on TikTok. And I might make an Instagram. I don't know yet. We'll I'll keep you guys posted.
We'll keep you posted. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and we are the
Anime Cousins.
Woo! All right, thank you guys. We'll see you next week.